glittering Allyson Felix signs off from Rio with another golden moment. In what may yet prove to be her final Olympic appearance, Allyson Felix led the U.S. 4x400 relay team home in style to become the most decorated athlete in U.S. track and field history, overcoming their Jamaican rivals with ease in the process. The American 4x400 men's team made it a double in the final race of the Rio program, taking gold ahead of Jamaica and the Bahamas in a victorious games for U.S. track and field. It was the fifth time the U.S. has secured the 4x400 double. No other nation has done it even once. In a week that has seen the world obsess about Usain Bolt's medal tally, Felix quietly took her overall Olympic haul to 6 golds and 3 silvers. Her total matches the 6 silvers and 3 bronze medals held by Jamaican sprinter Merlene Ottey in numerical terms, but OW ranks her in terms of precious metal. In the end, it was only that dramatic last-ditch dive by Shawnee Miller of the Bahamas in the individual 400 one of the defining images of these games, that deprived her of triple gold in Rio by 0.07 seconds. This one wasn't an individual medal, and the great thing is I get to share it with these great friends. I am so blessed, she said afterwards. Track and field is such a big part of my life. In track and field, there are always bumps in the road, and each one of us had a unique journey to get here, but we pushed through. The glittering Felix, who at one stage had considered doubling up in the 200 and 400 but got injured at a crucial time, has had an eventful Olympics. In the 4x100 the U.S. women had survived a scare in qualifying before appealing and running the solo lap against the clock to qualify for the final. There was no such drama in the 4x400 where the U.S. led almost from the start, and Felix had a comfortable advantage over her Jamaican anchor leg rival Novient Williams-Mills that she did not relinquish, coming home in the season's best March 1906. Ahead of Felix, Courtney Okolo, Natasha Hastings and Pylais Francis had done more than enough to make her final lap a 49.66 victory procession. The U.S. had breezed through qualifying without Felix or Hastings. Behind them, in what was almost a separate race, Great Britain's women secured bronze to make Christine O'Hara-Wagu the first British athlete since Steve Backley to win medals in 3 successive games. Today it wasn't really about me, it was a real team effort. We knew the medal was up for grabs, but we had to go out and deliver, she said, after a superb run from Emily Diamond put O'Hara-Wagu in position to seize third with the fastest of the 4 legs. Advertisement. Beaming as she crossed the line to add to the bronze won by the women's 4x100 team. It was the first time both British women's relay teams had won the medal since 1980. The U.S. men won their race in 2:57.30. Once Gil Roberts handed to LaShawn Merritt, the team's anchor never looked in danger once he took on the last lap in the lead. It wasn't quite the procession that was expected, however, with the U.S. quartet having to work hard for their victory against the Jamaicans, who finished with silver. Tony Mcqa made the difference for the U.S., running the second leg in 43.2 seconds after taking the baton from Garment Hall. After the U.S. finished with a total of 31 track and field medals, beating their nearest rivals Jamaica by 20, Felix said they had pushed one another to new heights. We have an amazing team. We were all inspired by each other. To be able to sit back and watch people step up and have amazing performances, it propelled everyone to do well, she said. The team for the most part is very young. Brazil, who qualified after the British quartet were controversially disqualified during the heats, were loudly cheered in the final athletics event of the Games but finished last. In the women's high jump, the Spaniard Ruth Baeshia won gold from Mirela Demireva of Bulgaria and Blanka Lazic of Croatia at the age of 37. All three cleared the same height of 1.97, but Baeshia had gone clear in all her attempts until all the top four contenders failed at 2m. German Thomas Roller won the men's javelin with a throw of 90.30, his third time over 90m this season and enough to beat last year's world champion from Kenya, Julius Yego, into second place. Yego held on for silver despite sustaining an injury, winning his country's first ever medal in a field event ahead of Kishorn Walcott, who won Trinidad and Tobago's first medal of the Rio Games. Roller said that the public back home had stayed up to watch in the wake of their penalty defeat to Brazil in the football. "It's just awesome. I'm super proud and they're super proud and I'm just happy for the whole of track and field in Germany," he said.